Hey y'all, this is Tyler Blake from tylerblakeart.com again, and this is my 100 or Beyond the 100 Days of Making Comics episode number 17. So I'm doing some color work on page 6 here, um, mostly on clothing and boots. And when when you're working on a comic page, traditionally, I'm using 11 by 17 inch paper, and that's a pretty good size to work on. But then, it's enlarged compared to what pretty much everybody else is going to see it at. If it sees print, it'll be about 6 by 9, and then I figure if someone's reading it on a device, whether it's a computer or especially their phone, I don't really know why anybody would want to read something like a comic or anything else on their telephone other than just quick little messages. But it's going to be shrunk down really small, so I have to think about how it would look at a greatly reduced size. And one thing I thought of is that um, a lot of the clothing has a similar color tone in here, so I'll be going back and taking a really close look at where it needs to be darkened or had the tone changed so that things pop out and don't just kind of blend in together. Especially in that third panel where one character is, when perspective puts one character somewhat in front of the other and they're wearing the same color clothes, they can end up looking like John Carpenter's The Thing if somebody's just glancing at it. So, which by the way was based on a short story called Who Goes There? Okay, I get a stamp on my nerd card. Um, when I was filming this clip, I forgot that I hadn't deleted some of the previous video footage from my phone, and so I was, just going along painting and realized that my phone wasn't recording anymore. So there's a couple little like chops in here where I had to kind of splice a couple of different pieces of footage together because I was trying to get that figured out. So um, I've got this sped up to about 6 times the actual speed. I don't have the superpower of doing watercolor really fast. Um, so I'm trying to kind of figure out like the ideal ratio, how much to speed these up to keep it from dragging, but also not making it so fast that you can't really tell what's going on. So, basically, like for the wrinkles on the boots, I just add a little bit of color because these are pretty highly pigmented. I add a little bit of color on the underside of a wrinkle and then blend it all down so that kind of preserves the illusion that light is falling on it somewhat from above. And they're in a room with a lot of candlelight, so there's a lot of ambient light. But it's not like I'm going to draw every single light source in here. So that just about wraps up this week's episode, and this is getting really close to being done. I'll be working on the letters soon, and so there might be a little bit of a lull. So thanks for watching. Keep on reading comics, making comics, and buying comics. See y'all later.